programme Dublin's firefighters undergo in a new series starting tonight at 7. While for now, we're off to Shortland Street.
I can't see you. I can't see anything.
What about this light?
What light? There's nothing. There's nothing at all.
Listen to me, Jonathan. It's going to be okay. This is temporary.
Is it? This is always a possibility. Did something happen in theatre? Tell me.
There are a number of possible causes, and we need to work through them all. I know this is scary, but just try and stay calm.
How long is he going to be like this?
You don't know, do you?
We need to run some tests, an MRI.
Electroretinography and a thorough neuro-ophthalmic examination.
For now, we all just need to be patient.
Hello? Mail for Mum?
No, I don't think there is any.
No, you idiot. Mail from home. Mum asked me to bring it in.
Oh, what for?
I don't know, I'm just doing what I'm told.
And that is why we love you. I don't think you bring all this rubbish too.
I just grabbed what was on the bench, like you said.
It's only the power bill I really need, or you'll be going home to a cold, dark house.
Really?
Not quite.
That's for Bella.
I forgot it was there. It came yesterday.
What's going on?
I wanted to give it to you later when you weren't at work.
It's from Brody. I can't work out the postmark.
Sydney, I think. Not that that tells us anything. I'm sorry, I couldn't help reading it.
He says he's writing it from the airport, but it doesn't say where he's going.
It doesn't say much.
Except goodbye.
Remind me again why I wanted this job.
To prove a point to your husband, wasn't it?
I'm so slow. Every new piece of paper is a new decision. I'm not used to it.
You'll speed up. You'll learn what can wait and what can't.
I hope so. I'm terrified of missing something.
There was one thing I was hoping I wouldn't have to mention.
What?
Aren't we supposed to be making a baby sometime soon?
Did you think I'd forgotten?
I haven't heard you say anything about it lately, that's all.
I think I'm still in denial. I was so sure it was going to work the last time.
Well, maybe we just have to try harder.
They do say practice makes perfect.
They do say that.
Meet in the supply cupboard lunchtime?
Our baby is not going to be conceived in a cupboard.
Get you big romantic thing. You're home before me tonight, yeah?
It should be.
Well, that'll give you plenty of time to light lots of little candles and sprinkle rose petals on the bed.
I wanted to come sooner, but it would have meant closing the cafe. I have a couple of girls who help me out, but I wouldn't trust them to run the place. And Mum gave me strict instructions to stay where I was. She won't be pleased to see me.
Oh, I think she will.
How's she doing?
Well, she's come through the hip operation as well as we could have expected, and we're dealing with the pneumonia. Recovery's always a bit slower with older people. When did you last see her?
Well, it's been a while. We tried to get her down to Tie Happy at Christmas, but she wouldn't budge.
You might notice a difference. Your brothers were in last week and they mentioned how frail she was looking.
Oh, it's hard to credit. You know, this time last year, she was mowing her own lawns.
I'm assuming you know that your mother has decided she doesn't want to be resuscitated, should she have an arrest.
The way I see it is she's had a good life. If she's ready to go, she deserves to go with dignity. Anyway, we couldn't have talked her out of it if we'd tried. This way.
Are you okay?
She's always been so independent. I don't like the thought of seeing her like this.
She's been well looked after, and she's still got that sparkle in her eye. Come on.
Thanks, mate. The courtyard's that way. I'll bring them out to you.
Friend of yours, is he?
Friend of a friend, why?
Oh, no reason. Just wondering where you're finding all these new customers.
Yeah, what rock did you find that guy under?
What's your problem?
Did you see him? Talk about dodgy.
Oh, you're the expert, Bales.
Was that a dig at Brody?
I think you and I will both be a lot happier if we agree not to mention that name.
I can't believe you're moving on so quickly.
What?
Regan? I mean, I don't know what you see in him.
I'm not planning on shacking up with him, and I'm not asking you to either. Look, what's wrong with him anyway? Apart from the fact that he's not you-know-who, the customers like him.
Yeah, that's because half his customers are as dodgy as he is. I don't trust him. So, anything to report?
Nothing new, I'm afraid. Neurologically, it's very complex territory.
Which is fancy talk for you still haven't got a clue what you did to him.
A lot of different factors come into play in a procedure like Jonathan's.
The surgeon's incompetence, I imagine that could be a factor.
She's upset. Don't listen to her.
I understand.
Do you? Really? Because that would mean you understand basic human emotion, and I'm not sure you've got that in you.
Okay, that's enough.
Well, listen to her. She's talking about Jonathan like he's some kind of science experiment. That complex neurological territory of yours is my brother. And right now, you can't tell me if he's going to see again. So, yes, I'm upset. Sorry to interrupt.
She's having a wee doze.
Oh, that's a shame. They'll be round with a cup of tea soon, Mrs. Huntley. Mrs. Huntley.
What are you doing?
With pneumonia, it's important that we keep her upright and as active as possible. Maybe you can help me move her into the chair.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, she's just a wee thing. Should be able to manage.
She doesn't like sitting. It hurts.
Did she tell you that?
I don't need telling. Why can't you let her sleep?
Oh, hello, you're back with us. I'm just going to move you into the chair, Mrs. Huntley. Is that all right?
Of course, dear.
Okay. Come on. That's it.
Oh.
Here we go. Easy does it.
Why? Why are you putting her through this?
It's better for her than lying flat on her back all day. And she'll tell me if she's not happy, won't you, Mrs. Huntley? How's that? I can get you some pain relief if you need it.
I'll be right. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Let's see what we can do with these pillows.
Well, if you won't listen to me, I'll find someone who will.
Jonathan McKenna has had post-operative complications leading to the loss of sight in both eyes. It could be from swelling around the optic nerves, but I really can't say that with any certainty.
What's this?
My resignation.
Jonathan's blindness. Is it likely to be permanent?
I want to say no, but that would be self-serving. I should never have done the operation.
Why not?
The facts of the case told me not to. I compromised my own standards.
So, you want to run away and hide? Frankly, it's not the sort of behaviour I expect from a senior surgeon. I can't accept this. Unless, of course, you can make a convincing argument, based on the facts of the case, that Jonathan's blindness is a result of your incompetence. So far, I haven't heard one. The way I see it, whatever Jonathan's prognosis is, you have a responsibility to follow this through. Please, don't let me down.
Hey, crisis over.
Are you leaving town?
Ouch. No, the cafe was all out of coffee, so I sprinted over with a big bag.
Oh, what a hero.
We've got a bit of a problem here, haven't we?
No.
I think so. You don't like me that much.
Hey, look, I try to get on with everyone. It's my nature, but sometimes it's just a little bit harder than it should be.
Bella, I know that there's this big Brody-sized hole in your life right now, but why take it out on me?
Because you let him do that drug deal.
Let him? No way.
Did you try it all to stop him?
Look, we've been here. He was that desperate I had no chance of stopping him. You can try blaming me, but that's just how it was.
Well, what were you two talking about then?
When?
Just before he left. It looked pretty heavy.
You really want to know? He was trying to hit me up for money, which I didn't have. True story. Listen, I like Brody a lot, and if I could have dug him out of debt, I would have. But I couldn't. But why do you think I took his job? I need the money. So how about this? You want to blame somebody for your boyfriend walking out on you? Why don't you blame your boyfriend?
I've been waiting for someone to turn up for ages. I need to speak to my mother's doctor. Now, please.
Your mother is?
Mrs. Huntley, Margaret.
One moment. That would be Dr. Burke. He's on ward rounds. Can I help?
Who are you?
My name is Tracy. I'm the duty manager.
Oh, good. It's one of your staff who's causing all the problems.
Do you mean Wendy?
Well, she did tell me her name. I cut... Red hair.
She is one of our best nurses. I put her with your mother because she's so good with old people.
Good at bossing them around, you mean? She's got her out of bed, propped up in a chair, in agony. It's disgusting.
I'm sure Wendy only has your mother's best interests at heart.
She's an old lady. We don't know how much longer she's got. She should be allowed to sleep in peace when she wants to.
I hear what you're saying. I'll see what I can do.
Free gift. A little taster is a show of good faith. And there's plenty more where that came from. Just don't leave it too long, okay? And I'll see you next time, okay?
Yeah, later.
Who's that?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I only met him 5 minutes ago.
Was he a customer?
Yeah.
A customer who didn't buy a drink?
Well, you must just want to use the lure somewhere.
So why was he talking to you?
Oh, he must have been looking for a friendly face. He was a tourist. He needed directions. I drew him a little map. Look, if you're looking for your old man, he's just popped out. Excuse me.
Come in. Shane, what can I do for you?
Talk to Gabrielle. For some reason, she still listens to you.
Sometimes. Depends what the subject is.
Jonathan McKenna.
What do you expect me to say to her?
She needs a pep talk. She's blaming herself for Jonathan's blindness.
I know.
Never mind the fact she wouldn't have attempted the procedure if you and Rachel hadn't bullied her into it.
So maybe I'm not the best person to talk to her now.
You're the head of surgery, aren't you?
Well, that doesn't make me her boss. The neuro unit is a separate department.
If you're going to insist on making this personal...
It is. One way or another, for all of us.
Then talk to her as a friend. That's what you are, isn't it?
I'd like to think so.
And once you've done that, talk to your girlfriend. Tell her to pull her head in.
There you are. Now, how's that?
That's a bit better, isn't it, Mum?
We'll keep her comfy from now on, I promise.
Thank you. What's going on?
The daughter, she wasn't happy.
Well, I think she's decided her mum is dying.
She has gone downhill significantly since her operation.
She's a gutsy wee thing, though. There's still a lot of fight in her.
Well, she didn't seem to fight us when we moved her back to the bed.
Well, she didn't complain about the chair either. Honestly, there is nothing in her treatment plan I haven't talked about with her. First thing this morning, she was nattering away about getting back to her room at the rest home.
That's not very likely, though, is it?
Not if we give up on her.
I really think we need to go with the family's wishes on this one. They are preparing to say goodbye to their mother. So let's not make that any harder for them, yeah?
I'm afraid the MRI and neuro-ophthalmological examinations haven't revealed anything conclusive. One possibility, it could be a condition called transient bilateral visual loss. It's not common, but there are documented instances across a range of vastly different neurosurgical cases.
What does that mean?
I mean, she still doesn't know what the hell is going on.
I'm consulting with a number of different specialists, but these things take time.
So what, you've made a few phone calls and you're waiting for people to get back to you, is that it?
Jonathan, Gabrielle's doing everything she can for you, but I'm afraid it's going to be a bit of a waiting game.
Your scans show considerable swelling around the optic nerves. Your sight may very well be returned when the swelling goes down.
But you don't know.
It's a mystery. Good thing we have our very best detective on the case. Hang in there.
If you're hungry, for God's sake, grab something.
I'm not even thinking about food.
Dare I ask?
Oh, I saw Regan again before, in a booth at the bar, with this guy, and I reckon I walked in on something.
Like a private conversation?
Exactly. What about, though?
I can think of one thing it might be.
What?
None of your business. Look, there are things going on in Regan's life that you don't need to know about, that's all.
But you do.
I mind.
Dad?
Look, I will tell you on one condition. You promise you'll go a bit easier on him?
What?
You're a pretty twisted sort of person if you don't. Regan has got cancer. Some rare form that I've never heard of, a leiomyosarcoma or something like that.
Oh, no.
It's killing him. He's seen every specialist in Melbourne by the sound of things. There's no hope.
terrible.
But he doesn't want any pity, not from you or from anyone else. So you don't know anything, all right?
Why are we still talking about this?
Wendy came to me with her concerns and told me...
And told you exactly what she told me. I made my decision. That should have been the end of it.
Have either of you spoken to Dr. Burke?
Yes. It's his treatment plan I was following.
But he agrees with me. We have to respect the family's wishes.
But Donna is not the whole family. There are 3 sons.
And the brothers apparently agree with Donna. We are free to call them if we don't believe her.
It's not a matter of believing her or not. What about what Mrs. Huntley wants?
She probably wants to live for another 20 years. Sadly, that's not an option.
Well, I think right now she'd settle for another month. She's got another great-grandchild on the way. A little boy, apparently. She'd like to be around when he's born.
I didn't know that.
Does it change anything? I just want to give her the best chance of recovery. Isn't that what we're here for?
She's your patient, it's your call. But try to get Donna on side, get Dr. Burke to talk her through it all. She's more likely to listen to him.
Thank you. I will.
Yeah. Thanks, Scotty. You've made everything perfectly clear. Now Wendy knows that the next time she has an issue, she'll just come straight to you.
A good duty manager trusts their staff.
Like you trust me.
Oh, cute! I know, aren't they gorgeous? Hey, you're early. Look what we've got.
New books?
Yes, a very nice lady dropped them off. I think she's a part of the charity Chris is involved with.
Ooh.
What are you doing?
Checking for happy endings.
Are you for or against?
Kids' books aren't what they used to be. I mean, we all know it's a cruel and horrible world out there, but the kids don't have to, do they?
We're talking about kids with cancer. I think they'll probably realise that life's not fair. So hopefully they won't be too disappointed when you tell them that I can't read to them tonight.
What?
Oh, something's come up.
Or you just can't be bothered?
What's with the attitude?
Well, it's not the first time you've let them down, is it? If you've lost interest, say so.
Any other night but tonight. Promise.
Brilliant. I guess I'm on story duty.
He doesn't really seem to care, does he? I mean, you'd think he'd have a bit more... Oh, what's that word? It starts with E.
Empathy?
Yeah, that's the one.
Us nurses are famous for it.
Have you eaten anything today?
Not that I can remember.
Come on, dinner. You should eat something too. Shane, make sure this one gets a dinner break, will you?
That's what I'm here for. There's a table for 2 at my place. Food's only average, but the service makes up for it.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, I'll see you later. I'll be heading straight back to Jonathan after dinner.
Of course.
No.
Can you believe she's back with him? I thought she'd come to her senses.
I'm just glad she's got someone to turn to for her sake, because I'm probably not going to stop making her life miserable.
So, you do know you're doing it. I was wondering.
Well, I can't help it. It's just how I feel.
Contrary to popular opinion, Gabrielle has feelings too.
Well, you'd know, I suppose. The rest of us haven't seen much evidence.
Don't make me take sides on this, please.
I shouldn't have to. Jonathan's family.
And Gabrielle's a colleague. I think I owe her some loyalty too, don't you? If you want to do something for Jonathan, concentrate on helping him recover rather than looking for someone to blame. Gabrielle is putting enough pressure on herself without you adding to it.
They're not roses, and I didn't think you'd appreciate it if I chucked them all around the bedroom, but they are for you.
Let's hear it then.
Hey?
The apology? Because the flowers really aren't going to do it for you.
What am I supposed to be sorry about? I saw them on the way home and I bought them for you. I was thinking about what you said about rose petals on the bed.
And it didn't even cross your mind that you might have to soften me up?
No. Because I didn't think you'd drag your work problems home with you. This was one of the things I was worried about when I gave you the job.
Correction, when Shane Tucker gave me the job, he thought I was up to it. You obviously don't.
How do you get that?
Or did you just come down hard on me today for the hell of it?
I was trying to do you a favour. The sooner you realise that you don't have to micromanage your staff, the better you'll be at your job. You might even start enjoying it. Come here.
Don't.
How are we meant to make a baby if I'm not allowed to touch you?
You can make dinner. I'm starving.
You again? Did I forget to give you your pocket money or something?
Oh, I wouldn't say no.
True you are.
It was you I wanted to see.
Oh, that's a first.
Hey, it was a real shame you couldn't read to the kids tonight.
Please, I'm feeling guilty enough already.
I bet. Poor wee tykes.
Break your heart, some of them.
Must be hard. I mean, knowing you're going to be as sick as they are.
Hey?
I know I'm not supposed to know, but I do. Don't blame Dad. I forced it out of him.
Just spare me the sympathy. I don't need it.
Leiomyosarcoma, right?
That's the one.
How long have you known?
I got my diagnosis about a year ago.
Wow. Right around the same time as your cousin Logan. What are the chances?
How do you know about that?
People tell me things. I think I've got one of those faces. Mind you, this was over the phone, so maybe I've got one of those voices. I made a few calls. Didn't take long. There are only so many hospitals in Melbourne.
What, and they told you confidential patient information? I don't think so.
No, but they did tell me who wasn't one of their patients. You.
Well, you can't have been talking to the right places. Where'd you get Logan's name?
Some drongo of a receptionist. Oh, let me see. Ames. Oh, the only Ames we've got is Logan Ames. Oops, I probably shouldn't have told you that. And he is your cousin, isn't he? Your family tree's online. Goes right back to the convict stock. Can't say I'm surprised, really.
Look, do you mind these plates getting heavy?
I also found this, too. What we did before the internet, I really can't remember.
Maybe we minded our own business.
I thought you might like to read it.
No thanks, I know what it says.
Oh, I bet you do. I bet you know every little medical detail. But you'd have to, wouldn't you, if you're gonna borrow your cousin's sickness and pretend to have cancer. Tell me I'm wrong.
There's no shortage of creativity from this week's designer, but the judges are left to question if it's really fit for Bloom. Super Garden is at 8:30 tonight here on 1.